The Hulk in Brave New World. Not so fast. So here we are in Cosmic Book News. Mark Ruffalo confirms Hulk for Captain America Brave New World. Update. Variety says otherwise. Well, we all need a little variety in our lives. So, contrary to recent rumors stating otherwise, now Mark Ruffalo confirms the Hulk for Captain America Brave New World. While appearing at the Santa Barbara International Film Festival, Ruffalo was asked about the Hulk, a standalone movie, and Captain America Brave New World. Ruffalo was asked if he had any inputs into the scripts and explained that he told Kevin Feige he wanted to take the Hulk from a raging maniac to an integrated character. Yeah, no one wants to see the integrated character. He's goofy and dull and stupid. Yeah. So anyway, Feige told him they can do that throughout the course of 4 movies, which, yeah, they did. Regarding Hulk, a solo movie, Ruffalo again said it's not happening and that he was told not to talk about it. Well, if it's not happening, why not? Well, I guess it's too embarrassing. They don't control the Hulk. Universal has the film rights to it, so there's always that sharing business. Worked out with Spider-Man. I don't see why they couldn't do this, but for whatever reason, Spider-Man is... well, it's just a more popular character, so the risk is higher with Hulk. And what they've done with him, even more so. So, I don't know. The formula Hulk is the tortured man, haunted by this bestial version of himself that dwells within him. You know, like the Bill Bixby show. That is the formula. It was different in the comics, far more fantastic than the, basically the fugitive with Hulk powers in the Bill Bixby show, but it worked. And sure, it gets repetitive and whatnot, but that's the challenge. You've got to find different angles and different challenges for the character to face, and that's the the variety, if you will, that one can seek in that. Changing it up and shaking it around, again, comic books do this too, but almost always they go back to form. Changing an outfit, changing powers, that kind of thing. Getting people married. Now, usually when that happens, they stay married. So obviously Superman and Lois, they've been married a long time now. They tried to put it back to the status quo with New 52, but that was a mess all over for other reasons. So done well, maybe it would have worked out, but for the most part, no. Superman and Lois are a married couple now, and those decades of stories of them chasing one another and Lois somehow not being able to see through the glasses, that's over. Not for everybody else, but for them two, it is. They're a married couple with a kid and everything. Well, adopted kids as well, so, the family grows. But anyway, that's the kind of thing. So the same was true with the Hulk. And this goes all the way back to the early 80s. In Secret Wars, the original, the Hulk and Banner were one mind at that point. But to utilize that and said, he'd really achieved something. He has control of the creature and all that power, and he can use it for a force for good and everything. But slowly but surely, he was losing control of it. And that's part of the whole thing. The Hulk story is tragedy for poor Bruce Banner. So it's a device to be used for sure, but to put him there and leave him there like he was in Endgame and then She-Hulk, oh God, so bad. When the power is in the tragedy, and if you could get him back to that, you might have something. So anyway, Ruffalo was asked if he had any input, said it's not happening. But then for Captain America Brave New World, it was remarked to Ruffalo that he has the next, which he confirmed, said Ruffalo. So in the context of the discussion, it seems like he's answering yes, he'll be in Brave New World. When asked if he was allowed to talk about that, he replied to laughter, "Yeah, it's going to be great. They literally have a drone that follows me around. My phone right now is recording all of this." So, of course, that's obviously a joke, I would hope. You can watch the footage below, but we're not doing that. So anyway, update. Oddly enough, Variety is stating Ruffalo is wrong. Well, how would they know and he wouldn't? Well, alas, according to multiple sources, Ruffalo is not actually going to be in Brave New World. Instead, he misspoke, thinking he was agreeing that Brave New World is one of Marvel's next films, not that he was going to be in it. So, I suppose that's possible, but here's the strange thing. See, why is Harrison Ford in it? Well, granted, he's taking over the role of Thaddeus Ross, but it's expected for him to become the Red Hulk, you know. Boy, if he doesn't, that's kind of going to just ruin everything, you know. That's the only thing that's interesting about it. But there's a massive reshoots going for the film. Rumors that certain characters that were supposed to be in it, including She-Hulk, were scrapped and cut out, and the new version of it, they won't be. Others may be in it, but maybe not. So that kind of thing. I don't know. Maybe there were scenes with Ruffalo in it, and if there's Hulk, elements to it, I would think he should be in it. But so rumors have also offered the Savage Hulk is returning to the MCU. Well, they should, but I don't know. It's looking like not really. So it'd be great if they recast with someone else playing Bruce Banner. I'm not a fan of Ruffalo. But even with him in the role, who cares about his spoiled, rotten Prince version of Marxism crap that he spews? As long as he shows up and does the adequate job that he's more or less done with the Hulk until he became a goofy idiot, then fine. But if you could do that story of the tortured man having the world believe he's dead until he can one day learn to control the raging spirit that dwells within him, you'd have something. But there is the problem with the rights. I don't know if that would also include a television series that they could do for streaming. If they had actually done a haunted tragedy of the Hulk in D+, you'd have something. Still, I don't know why they're still pursuing streaming, because I think it's proven to be a loser for them. But then again, it could be something they could have licensed, and that might even be better. At least you get the license fee. But there's a lot there to do. Right now, the Incredible Hulk comic book series that they're doing, which has taken a horror-themed tone, is easily the best comic book they're publishing right now. Granted, compared to their crap, it makes it look even better when it's just basic, rather. But it's pretty good. It's getting a little repetitive. We need to get to the point. But there's an avenue and a take on the overall tragedy of the tortured soul of Bruce Banner and that sort of thing, but within these other elements and genres that they can pursue. And the comic books have proved that time and time again. Other runs were weak and pathetic, but then another guy comes along and figures something out and it gets good again. That's how that works. But time's a wasting, and you could have done this. But there's more risk with the Hulk, as he is not as popular as something like Spider-Man. They were willing to do that for a hot property like Spider-Man with Sony, but apparently not so much with the Hulk beyond his guest appearances and whatnot in Avengers films. So that's unfortunate because there's an awful lot you could do there in tragic storytelling, really. Even with She-Hulk, it could have been this tragedy that she tries to save him and you can't. You know, that kind of thing. But that ship has sailed, I'm afraid. And but it's really odd that you... And again, it's rumor. Maybe he's just going to be Thunderbolt Ross and that's it. And he's not going to turn into the Red Hulk. But with Red Hulk, you would think the Hulk would be in it. It's possible they're shutting this down because they wanted it to be a surprise. And if that's all it is, like he shows up at the last minute, if they did want to restore the Hulk to his savagery, the elements of this story and the back and forth between him and Ross, because Ross is the father of his true love. No, not Black Widow, but there could be an impetus there, a triggering moment that sets him back on the path to savage Hulkdom and setting up a new storyline. But again, for what reason? If they can't do a solo film or anything like that, then I guess there's no point. But I don't know. Maybe that's how he gets weaved into a Secret War scenario. And he's like that. Or they could do an Avengers film that's more about the problem with the Hulk freaking out again. Almost like the Ultimates had it, which is actually a better Avengers movie than the Avengers movie. Anyway, there's outside problems beyond just how crappy the MCU is, which is bad enough on its own, because even with those problems, if the movies are still good, it wouldn't really matter all that much. It would just be a shame, but that's the way it goes. Instead, boy, if they could do a good Hulk take, that would do a lot to help them. But too high of a risk, and they really mess things up severely. And no, Deadpool cannot save them.